Okay, so this is going to be a short video to show how to switch between forms in Visual Studio. So at the moment I've just got a new project in VisualBasic.net with one form, and this is basically a Windows Forms application. So I've got my first form here. I'm going to rename that from Form 1 to basically main form, because that's what it's going to be. Gives me a message. Yep, always tell it you want to update all the project references, so you should always only rename files from inside the Solution Explorer. I want to add a new form, so we're going to go File, so right click Add on the multiple forms, and then I want to choose Windows Form. You can't see this, it's popping off the side of the screen. So Add Windows Form. Comes up with a message. I just want to choose what I want to add. Give it a title. Let's just call this submenu. You'd obviously give it a more appropriate title for whatever its purpose is. Now you can see I've got the two forms there. Now in the main form I'm going to add a button. Just go to Common Controls. I like to always pin the toolbox in. Just going to add a button. Obviously good practice. Go down and change its name. I'm going to change it button submenu, so I know what it's going to do, and then change the text on this to describe what it's going to do. Obviously you might need to resize that. You can go through and change any of the other properties if you need to. Now I need to go and add some code. Easiest way to get to this is just double click on the button and it should bring us up into the code view. Now, I'm just going to hide away some of these so I can see a bit more. So what you can see, we've got public class submenu, because I did it on the submenu page. Actually, this is incorrect. I need to delete that from there, and I'm also actually going to delete that reference from here as well, because that button has been placed on the wrong location. It should be on the main form. So just go and do that. And always rename the button. And double click, add the code. I've now been given a method. It's given it its title, private sub, short for subroutine. Takes the name of the object, which it calls it, which is basically going to be the form. Gives it some event. What event is, us clicking on the button, and it handles. So this is what event it handles. Button.submenu.click. So that button has been clicked, and whatever I type in here is the code that will run. So if I just want to do a basic text check to see if it works, I'm going to do a message box. Hello. Save it. I'm going to hit start to run it. That should kick in. Sometimes the first compilation can take a little bit of time. And I've got that form 1, that submenu, and it pops up our little hello box. Now at the moment I can't go and change any of this code because my program is still running. I can either exit here, or if something goes wrong I can just hit the little stop button and hit stop debugging. Okay, so now I know that's working. I'm going to get rid of that. Now I'm going to add a line of code which will display the submenu form. So I'm going to add the name of the object, submenu, dot, brings up the context help, and I want to show dialog, which basically shows that window. Because this is a function, I'm going to put the brackets, and that will run and open up the show dialog. So I'm just going to start that. So it pops up, and then it creates the submenu. But we want to get that first menu to disappear or become invisible. So the easiest way to do this is to use me, which means the current object, dot visible is false. So it lets us switch it to being invisible. Now if I run this, I hit to submenu, makes the other one invisible. Obviously I could click and go back and change the other options. Close that. Program's still running because the other one is actually still hidden behind the scenes. I'm just going to have to stop debugging. There are obviously different ways that you can look at for how to actually close everything. That's going to be beyond the scope of this video.